What is going on today, guys? AU here, and today I'm bringing you the updated team of my old Obstagoon team. Like, this team is probably around a month and a half old to 2 months old at this point. And that team was my first super successful team. If you haven't seen that team, go watch it, but excuse the sound quality. It was still pretty bad at that point. Like, it's not great now, but it was a lot worse at that point. So if you go watch that video, definitely keep an eye out or keep an ear out for the sound quality because it's pretty bad. But I've actually updated this team because I still think that it's super good. It was really good back then. The meta has since shifted, so there's a few changes that we needed to make here and there to the team. But overall, the leads are still good. The synergies are still good. Everything about the team, in my opinion, is still good outside of something like I took out the glare and wheezing, as you can see. But everything else it's still pretty much here, and the sets have just changed. So before I go into the team, if you're new here, subscribe because I like it. But no, for real, if you actually like what you're seeing here and you want to see VGC videos every single day, Monday through Friday. Well, except for Friday. Friday is actually Draft League, but if you want to see competitive Pokemon Monday through Friday, then subscribe and click the bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Like I said, it's Monday through Friday, every day at 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. Eastern. And also, we're setting another like goal. I want this video to get 30 likes again. We have the viewers to do it, and all it takes is y'all hitting that button. So get the video to 30 likes, and I guess we're going to jump right into talking about this team. So, we have the Togekiss, the same Togekiss that I've been running, or that I ran in the Flapple team. It's EV to live, Excadrill Iron Head, Duraludon Flash Cannon. It lives, if you're Dynamax with a Durant, it lives Durant Max Steel Spike. So, it's EV'd pretty well. And you got Goblins and Super Luck. Now, in the old team, it used to be Weakness Policy and Serene Grace. Since then, Weakness Policy Togekiss has kind of fell off by the wayside because people know how to play around it, and it's inconsistent. Super Luck is a lot more consistent to me. You get the 50% crit chance, and critting a move relatively does almost the same as it being boosted by ×2 special attack. So it's not a huge difference, and we're even running a little bit more special attack in this Togekiss than what we were running in the last one, so we kind of make up for that. But actually, we're running a lot more. Like, the last Togekiss I think had 4 special attack EVs, and this one has 84, and it's modest, and the old one used to be bold. But we're able to, we have Flamethrower for some fire coverage, Dazzling Gleam, and Air Slash for speed control. And then Follow Me is here to support things like Obstagoon. Mainly it's here to support Obstagoon, and it can also support Dragapult sometimes. But it's mainly there to support Obstagoon to allow him to come in safely and get the Flame Orb off and everything about that. Now, that's pretty much it for the Togekiss set. And then, just like yesterday, Excadrill really covers Togekiss's weaknesses very well. We have the Focus Sash Mold Breaker. Nothing about this Excadrill has changed from the old team. It gets rid of Rotoms that are annoying. Rotom Heat is especially becoming very popular again because Aaron Cybertron Zing has brought back like a Nasty Plot set that a lot of people are running, and so Nasty Plot Rotom is a thing now, and it's kind of annoying to deal with, especially with Levitate. So having Mold Breaker Excadrill is always smart, in my opinion. You can hit Duraludon and get the special defense boost. Like I've said before, this Excadrill is here to Dynamax and give you those boosts. You get the defense boost, special defense boost. You can have Rock or Max Rockfall to set up Sand if you would need like some residual damage on something, or Max Rockfall for like Charizard or something. If it's not running Charty Berry, then you'll OHKO it. If it is running Charty Berry, then you don't OHKO. But they don't OHKO you unless they are G-Max Wildfire. Like, if they're just solar powered, then they'll take you down to your sash. But if they're wildfire, they'll take you down to your sash, and then you'll die to the wildfire afterwards. So that's something to keep an eye out on. And that wasn't really something you had to deal with back when I made this team before, but now you do have to deal with it because, like I said, the meta has shifted since the last time I made this team. But overall, Excadrill is still a really good Pokemon. You do have to watch out for Conkeldurr a lot more, but we're able to deal with that with Togekiss, we're able to deal with that with Sableye, and Dragapult being immune to fighting. So, not a huge deal. And then, just like yesterday, if you watched the Flapple video, if you haven't watched the Flapple video, go watch the Flapple video, because a lot of these things are actually, a lot of the Flapple team was taken from my first Obstagoon team, which made me want to redo this Obstagoon team. So, Sableye is almost the exact same. The only thing I did was there were 4 attack EVs and 4 speed EVs. I just took those out and put those into special defense. Either way, they don't make a huge difference, so I figured it was better just have them in bulk. We're running a Roselli Berry, Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, Quash, and Foul Play. The calcs you need to know for the Sableye is that it lives basically everything but Dynamax, Tatterines, Max Starfall on the special side. On the physical side, it lives on pretty much everything except for like a Max Excadrill or a Max Physical Dragapult. They usually OHKO, but that's fine because Prankster Will-O-Wisp helps with that a ton. You usually don't get OHKO'd on the physical side a lot because of Will-O-Wisp. And yes, that's pretty much it for the Sableye. Now, after Sableye, Sableye Excadrill is the main lead for this team. Just like the last Obstagoon team, Sableye Excadrill is just super good. You can run through most teams with Sableye and Excadrill. You can Fake Out and Max Steel Spike a Whimsicott, get a defense boost for free. You can Quash, Max Steel Spike, Max Max Quake Pokemon to get the defense boost, and Quash whether they're in Tailwind or they're in Trick Room, makes them go last, so you can pretty much ensure that Excadrill is always going to go first. And giving Sableye those defense boosts makes it pretty much like it's going to stick around the whole game unless you're just hard targeting that Sableye. So it makes Sableye really bulky and really annoying to deal with, which is the point, and that's why that combo is so strong. And then after Sableye we have Dragapult. Togekiss Excadrill Dragapult is just a really strong Fairy Steel Dragon Core, or the Fantasy Core as some people call it. The last Dragapult that we had on this team was Dragon Claw, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, and Protect. Now we have changed that to a special Dragapult because a lot of the meta right now is special and people are countering physical attackers still, and just having Excadrill and Obstagoon and Dragapult all be physical attackers on the team was kind of hurting it a little bit right there at the end of me using that team. So we changed it over to special, and it's still Life Orb. We're just using Dragon Pulse, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and Protect. We're max speed, max attack. Oh, not max attack. We don't want to be max attack. We want to be max special attack with Timid. I had that fixed, but I disconnected from Showdown and it messed it up. But so nothing really special about the Dragapult, just a standard special set. You could even run choice specs on it. I'm not a big fan of choice specs because I don't like being locked into one move. But you can run choice specs on it if that's something that you prefer over Life Orb. I personally just prefer the Life Orb because you could Dragapult is something you Dynamax a good bit on this team, and you can get that Life Orb boost even while you're Dynamax. So to me, it just felt like a better option. Next we have the Milotic, which is the same Milotic I run, or the same EVs I run in every one of my teams. It lives Banded, Wild Charge from Arcanine on the physical side. It lives, I'm pretty sure it lives Max Lightning from Duraludon on the special side. And then we are EV to outspeed Dragapult if we have +2 speed from some air boost, because Togekiss Milotic is actually a pretty strong lead. We saw that lead in the Flapple team yesterday. And then the rest is just put into special attack with Modest. And we're actually running Icy Wind because one thing this team did struggle with right at the very beginning, like right towards the end of me using it, was speed control. Like we had Max Airstream, we had Quash, but speed control was still a problem. So we're running Icy Wind, and we're also running Helping Hand to give like Excadrill some kind of big boost, because Excadrill Milotic is a really strong lead. Boosting Milotic's defenses make it really annoying to deal with, and I'm actually going to change this to Muddy Water. It was supposed to be Muddy Water. So you have Muddy Water, Icy Wind, Recover, and Helping Hand. Competitive is here to stop Arcanine, because Arcanine and Intimidate teams in general ran through this team right towards the end of me using it. and now people are running Arcanine with Snarl or some kind of something that's going to lower your special attack because the meta is so especially offensive right now. So we have competitive to get that +1 boost if they Snarl, a +2 boost if they want to decide to intimidate my team. We can just lead with Milotic and get those boosts, and it's going to put in some work after that. Now Milotic actually does Dynamax a good bit if you get the boost. Like if you get +2, I recommend you Dynamax Milotic then, because it's so hard to kill and it's going to do some massive damage to the other team at that point. Finally, we have Obstagoon, and it's the exact same. It's Jolly, Obstruct, Facade, Knockoff, Close Combat, Guts, and Flame Orb. Now, Obstagoon's actually pretty fast for this. It hits 161, which speed ties with Arcanine, and you get 1 speed boost on that, and there's not much outspeeding it, especially if the other player's team isn't inside Tailwind, which Tailwind is actually not a problem with this team because you can always fake out the Whimsicott and kill it turn 1 if it's that big of an issue. And they could come in late game Tailwind, but hopefully at that point they're kind of on their back legs, so they won't be able to afford the Tailwind, or the Tailwind's not going to help them that much anyways. Like if you can get +2 speed boost from Togekiss, or use Milotic to get -2 speed boost, speed debuffs on them, then pretty much back at base speed if you were to look at it, because Tailwind doubles their speed, so if they're -2 they're back to normal, or if you're +2 then you're caught up at that point. So that's one thing that you don't really have to worry about is the speed control anymore. And Flame Orb, Guts, Facade on Obstagoon is insanely strong. I think it hits like 270 base power if I remember correctly, and then Knockoff comes close behind at like 210 or 230, something like that, if they're holding an item. So those two moves are just insanely strong whenever your Guts boosted. And then Close Combat is just there for coverage for things like Ferrothorn, or it just hits a lot of things really hard. Rhyperior, Tyranitar, Excadrills, anything like that. Anything that would resist a Facade or a Knockoff, you would Close Combat. But if they're not holding an item and they're not resisting Facade, 100% Facade all the time is your strongest option. If they are holding an item and they resist Facade, Knockoff is your strongest option. So knowing that can kind of get you to learn how to utilize Obstagoon. It's an amazing late game sweeper. That's usually how I use it in the team. I don't really ever lead it. It's always going to come in the back and kind of clean up the extra Pokemon that are left after Excadrill and Sableye has put in some work, or after Sableye and Dragapult, whichever lead you decide to go. So we've talked about the Sableye Excadrill lead. We can also talk about the Dragapult Togekiss lead. That lead's super strong because your opponent doesn't know if you're going to follow me with Togekiss and Dynamax your Dragapult, or if you're going to Dynamax your Togekiss and just stay regular with your Dragapult and try to get a fast attack off. You could be like ally switch Dragapult, like a support Dragapult with a weakness policy Togekiss. Like, it adds so much guessing to your opponent's side. Like, they don't know what exactly you're going to do. So that leads just super strong because it leaves them guessing, and they can't really make a 100% great play. Another good lead is Excadrill and Milotic. Like I said, you can get Helping Hands off, you can boost Milotic's defense, you can boost its special defense, making its recover a lot more reliable, because it will be able to recover more health back than what damage it's taking. And then probably the last lead that I've been using the most is Togekiss Milotic, because like I said, same thing, you can get the Helping Hands off, you can boost Milotic's speed to make it go faster, you can debuff the opponent's speed to make Togekiss go first. So all in all, it's just a really good lead. And I've ran about, I would say, probably six games with this on the ladder. And then I also did a tournament, like in the VGC room. In the tournament, I ended up getting top 3. It was a double elimination tournament, and I got top 3 out of like 20 something. And as far as my ladder games, I won 4 out of 6, so I'm 4-2, which isn't horrible. A lot of those mistakes were on me and not the team. So I think this team is really, really good. And I actually saw somebody on the Reddit asking for a Guts Obstagoon team. So I think Obstagoon is a great Pokemon, and I wanted to update that team that I had to fit the meta that is right now. So tomorrow we are going to be posting the battle videos for this team, and I think with that, I'll actually end this video here. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.